Yeah, this team's been getting better week by week, and it's something we've been saying all year is that we really believed in the potential of the group, and we were seeing signs of it and just hoping we could put it together in time. And obviously things came together well for us last week. I mean, not only the weekend, but Tuesday night versus UCCS was really quality win, and thought we played at our best week of the year, and really proud of the group that we're taking better care of the ball, sustaining our defensive principles better. It was enough this weekend to put us over the top.
And then looking ahead, NCAA regional tournament, kind of draw the top seed, number 1 seeded West Texas A&M. What can you tell us about them?
Yeah, well, obviously very talented group, incredibly young, an undersized team. A lot of times they'll have 4 6-foot guards on the floor together with like a 6'4" center, and so if you can call them that. So they create real problems because they are incredibly quick. All of them can get to the paint, and all of them can make threes. And so it does create real challenges for us. But obviously our length and size has the potential to create problems for them. And so it really would be a matchup of who can win out on that deal at both ends. And so, we had a great practice yesterday. I think that our defensive principles fit what we need to do to be successful. And I think our offensive concepts are starting to fit our team better. And I think they'll give us a great chance, because we obviously have really good players who are committed to doing things the right way.
Questions?
This season, obviously a lot of new individuals coming in and trying to find how they fit. And this last week, it seemed like all the pieces are kind of just put together. Tell me what it was like to see the growth of the individuals, finding their roles and putting them in to work together as a team to get those wins.
Yeah, it was kind of a whew. To be honest with you. I mean, I've been beating myself up for about 6 weeks that we haven't been able to get this thing along more quickly than we did. And but ultimately, every group, as we've talked about over the season, kind of comes into things where things start to click at different times. And, we've certainly been experimenting, tweaking different things to try to fit this group. And in some ways that slowed our progress, but in other ways it's just kind of the natural progression you have to go through to understand guys. And, obviously Ethan coming to us late and then having like 12 new guys at the start of the year, there are just a lot of layers to figuring out, this thing. And so just really proud of how the group has hung in there to make it happen.
Ethan and Jared, first year here, obviously, RMAC tournament for this team in the past hasn't really been a big thing, and here you guys come in and get them all the way to the championship and win the tournament. Tell me what that's like to kind of set that new standard and kind of getting CMU back to the top of the RMAC here.
Well, coming in, we just we got asked questions of how it is to be a Mav and things like that, and I think it kind of pertains to that, like just trying to build that culture. Coming in, coach this is his own second, third year coaching here, and just trying to really build a foundation here. And I think we started that really good. You know what I mean? Building that, going and winning that.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what Ethan said. It's just like we're just trying to build a culture. Like programs, like they thrive off of a culture, and that's kind of how you get to where you want to go. And I just feel like Coach just has a great vision for like the way he wants things ran. And we came in, and I feel like we're just a bunch of guys that are going to follow whoever's in charge. And luckily, we got a guy like Coach DeGeorge here that's just really putting us in the right direction. And winning that was honestly, like, it wasn't really for us. It was for our seniors. Like, this is their last chance to play college basketball, and that's all it meant to us, was just, like, getting them 40 more minutes. Like, once Coach said that, like, that's just what kept sticking in my head. Get those seniors 40 more minutes. Get them 40 more minutes. And that's what we were doing every single night, just trying to make those seniors go out on the right note.
And how special it is for you guys, you know, a lot of Fresno guys coming together and putting this together, and now you do have that another year to come back and keep building on this. How tight of a group have you guys kind of become over this season?
Early in the season, it kind of did seem like we had like two groups, you know what I mean? Like, we had the Fresno guys and we had the other groups. And after we started off 0-2, like, Tommy, our captain, our leader, like, talked to us all in the locker room and was like, listen, like, if we really want to do something special this year, like, we have to be one unit. We can't be the Fresno guys and the other guys. And I just really feel like from that point on, we've really tried to, like, just become that one group. And so now it's not even like, oh, the Fresno guys, that's why we're all so close. It's really like the work we've all put in together, being all new to the program. And then some guys have already been here, like Mike and Jarrett. They've already been here. But everybody else is pretty much being new and just trying to come together. It's just been like a hard, long process, but it's brought us that much closer together, and it's just made it that much more fun, that much more special.
Guys, you, although last week in separate locations, but throughout the year traveling with the women, how exciting is it for you to hear their success and vice versa, and cheering you on the road and having the home games together?
Oh, it's awesome, honestly. Like as soon as I heard they won, it was just like, I mean, we're the team to beat in the RMAC now. Like we're the school to beat, not just the team. Like it's just it really speaks to like how hard our coaching staff works, how hard their coaching staff works, and just the program and the culture we're trying to build.
If I'm going to add to that too, I've coached at a couple of places where we were trying to rebuild a program, and none of the programs were really having success, and it was just that much harder because there was no expectation of success for anyone on campus. It's one of the great things here is that there is that high expectation, and you don't have to address that we should be doing this. Everybody knows what those expectations are. We do have conference championship expectations throughout the whole department, and honestly, it just makes our job easier because there are those expectations.
When you see doing the scouting film and all, and you see they do bring a smaller unit, how does that change the post game?
I think it's honestly better for me. You know what I mean? The main thing for me for this game, I feel, is going to be the defensive side of the thing. You know what I mean? Having to guard a 6'4" guy that could shoot, drive, things like that. But we're coming up with a game plan, to try to counteract that, you know what I mean? And then, putting a 6'4" guy on me, that's going to also be tough for them too. So just a game plan, we just got to stick to it regardless. Don't try to do too much, you know what I mean? So that's all it is.
I know, Mikey, when you came here, you've done this before. You've built programs, and usually coaches say we've got a 3-year plan, a 4-year plan to get to this level. And I know when you brought this group in, you knew it was going to take some time, but obviously they've gotten there. I don't know if it's faster than you expected or slower. The last month, I think it's probably slower than you expected. But
I don't know. I don't really like those timelines. I just think there's too many unpredictable factors. Like if you put yourself, say, well, we should win a conference championship in 4 years, and a school gets some great player that keeps you from doing that. Are you unsuccessful, or what if, or why are you putting a ceiling on your team before that time frame? So to me, I'm just trying to do the best I can every day, and you know what I mean, and just to help these guys figure out what they need to do to be successful. And I just think if you stay in the moment and keep competing, good things happen for people that do that. And if you get ahead of it or behind it and looking back at stuff, then you're never going to reach your potential. So I don't think we need to cap a ceiling or a time frame on anything. Just go out and compete as hard as we can, doing things the right way, and focus in on our process, and things will take care of themselves.
You guys feel like there was a switch after that Western loss that happened a couple weeks ago, last month of the season? Coach, you described your frustrations after the game, but you just described it that playing complete games, full effort, full go. It's been like that the last couple weeks. Ever since that game, it's been exactly what you wanted it to be. Do you feel like that was the turning point to what has been led to the last couple of games for you guys?
Yeah, I think that there are all kinds of lessons all along the path, and a lot of times in life you take 2 steps forward and then you take 1 step back. You kind of have to learn multiple times and keep growing and progressing. And I definitely think we had been taking 2 steps forward. To go to Adams and go to Fort Lewis and win games there were really meaningful wins on the road, something we hadn't done. And then take that step back against Western and then be like, hey, this is it now. I think that there was sort of a clarity after that like, hey, we can't have any breakdowns. And we did show them clips of, some mistakes that were being made that could have made the difference in the game, and that everybody's just got to do their job. And I think our focus since then on just doing your job has been real clear with the guys, and they're trying really hard, and as Jared said, not to let the seniors down and try to get them another 40 minutes.
Yeah, I know obviously for your 3 seniors, it's everything they've wanted and kind of the step they took in this program. But for all the guys coming back next year, and then you've got the second platoon guys that are redshirting.
Mhm.
How important is that for the guys coming back next year to kind of establish?
Yeah, I think anytime you win, it creates momentum and it creates expectation, and both of those things are a good thing. I mean, you can't run a successful program without those two things. So I think it helps in recruiting. I think it helps with the expectation of the group in the future. I think it's motivating, for a guy like Sam Goulet to be there this weekend on the bench and see what it's like to be there. It's got to be really motivating for him to get in the gym and get in the weight room and making sure he's in a position to help us next year. And so, I do think all those things help. But right now our focus is just on West Texas and trying to go win this regional.
All right, Matt.
Okay, question of the week. It's going to be more serious, but I'm sure you'll appreciate it.
Too much deep.
Best piece of advice you guys have ever received, either as an athlete or as a human being.
I don't. I would say that I see this a lot in my kids, and I don't know if it's genetic or what it is, but I would say for a long time I really had kind of a fixed mindset about how I went about things, and I really focused on the outcome. And when the outcome didn't go my way, it was really impactful in a negative way. And really just moving towards more of a growth mindset in everything you do, and just trying to just be able to figure out how to get better all the time. Makes it a journey and doesn't make it about the end result. And ultimately, I think that's the way life should be lived. And I don't know exactly when I made that transition, but I think just life lessons kind of teach you that. And so that's been kind of the big transformation for me over the course of my life. So.
My mom always tells me, take everything one day at a time. You can't ever get too high or too low with things. Things could go bad. Things could go really good, but everything, you just got to take it one day at a time, because everything's going to get better and things are going to get worse some days, but it is what it is. You just got to keep pushing forward.
I feel like my best piece of advice came in the form of a quote, and Kevin Durant has always been one of my favorite players. I mean, the Golden State move hurt me, but I still love his game, But hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Like, I've always been a talented player growing up and stuff like that, and I used to take the Allen Iverson quote so serious, practice. Like, I didn't think I had to practice to be good, but it just once I heard that, I was just like, wow, like, there are people that I was better than that have passed me up and stuff like that, and it just gave me a whole new focus, like just working to be better, just working to be the best I can be, and just working to be better than the person that's going to end up being in front of me. And, like, if you look at it, if you look at my high school, like, numbers, I didn't shoot threes. Like, I never shot jump shots. Like, I would only go shoot layups and try to get to the rim and stuff like that. And working on my game and working with Coach KB and Coach DeGeorge giving me the confidence has turned me into one of the best shooters in the conference. And I just think that's a testament to work. So, yeah, I would definitely say that.